Sometimes I look at a figure and think, why does it look so good? Is it the figure or my paint work? Okay, it's mostly the figure. I got the Legacy Deadpool figure and it's great. There isn't much to improve on. But I also have this crispy Deadpool figure here. I got this one a few months ago. I thought it was going to be my only chance of getting the Fox Deadpool figure at retail price. And then they released the Legacy Deadpool soon after that. So now I have both. Which works out for me, because I can keep this new one sealed and work on the older one. I believe these two Deadpool figures are essentially the same. But this burnt one actually comes with an extra pair of guns, and all his gloves are painted. So in a way, this one is arguably better. Speaking of better, last week I worked on the Fox Wolverine figures, and these are some of the best Marvel live action figures I've seen. Check that video out if you haven't already. Hello, this is Ken. I like making things. Whether it's repainting my figures or making diorama displays, I love making things look awesome. My goal is to elevate my figures so they can shine on my display. Join my DIY venture as I ask myself the same question every week. Can I make it? Let's deconstruct this figure. And back to Deadpool. Based on what I'm seeing, this Deadpool is the same exact figure as the other Deadpool releases. It's just that the color of this one is darker, to represent the way he looked in the final battle against Russell in Deadpool 2. It is very well sculpted, and I don't see any obvious missing paint details. Someone might know why, but it feels like these X-Men or Fox figures got a bigger budget than the average Marvel Legends. Professor X, Mystique, the Wolverine figures, and Deadpool are all very well made and feel more premium than the others. Which is interesting because the MCU Spider-Man figures tend to be disappointing. Weird. Okay, I got distracted. This Deadpool figure is very easy to pose. Maybe it's because of his goofy nature, I can easily put him in a variety of fun poses. It also helps that this figure comes with a bunch of accessories. You guys informed me on stream that the guns on his holsters are actually detachable. They're just glued on. Nice. I'm gonna leave mine in there, so I don't lose them. My only nitpick is that the shoulder strap tends to buckle due to the belt rising up, but it's a very easy fix. Anyway, today my goal is to unburn this Deadpool and make him look like his Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2 self. It should be relatively easy. Okay, let's paint. All I really need to do is add a brighter red over the darker red. In order to retain the texture on the suit, I'm going to add one thin coat at a time. The good thing about Deadpool's design is that it's mostly red and black. I don't have to worry too much about accidentally getting the red paint onto the black parts, as black is probably the easiest color to clean up or cover up. I just have to focus on making sure I'm applying an even coat of red on the figure. This is what the figure looks like with one thin coat of red. It's already much better. Let me add another coat. Here's Deadpool with 2 coats of red. Or maybe it was 3. It now has a very similar shade as the Legacy one. I can stop here, but my curiosity got me, so I decided to add another layer or 2. Well, what do you know? Now I have the bright MCU version. Okay, to be fair, it didn't look this obvious when I was painting. The shift was quite gradual. I did not intend to make it this red. But it's okay, because I've had lots of experience toning down bright red Spider-Man figures. When I look at Deadpool images from the first two movies, his suit had this dirty, unwashed look to it, which kind of fits his character. I'm going to use a damp brush and add the purple onto his suit sparingly, to give the suit that grittier look. Alright, now let me paint over all the black areas, to clean up any red paint, and add the missing details on his boots. But the main reason why I'm painting over the black parts is so that there's a layer of paint for the matte varnish to grip onto. Deadpool's suit seems to be made out of some sort of leather material. You can see that rubbery sheen on the suit, especially on the black parts. In my experience, the matte varnish doesn't actually dry matte. It tends to dry with a bit of sheen to it, giving it that rubbery look. So I'm going to apply a layer of that over the black and dilute the leftover with water and dab it onto the rest of the suit, so the suit doesn't look like it's made out of cloth. There we go. But the suit still looks too clean, too new. So let's dirty it up. I'm gonna dust a very thin coat of brown over the shoulder pads, the shoes, and any other areas that would get dirty. Okay, now that I'm at it, let me bring out even more details. Looking at reference images, the seams on the mask are darker. So let me replicate that with some black paint and a damp brush, letting the paint seep into the crevices and darkening them slightly. And I'll use the same technique to bring out the details on the suit as well, to give it more dimension. This will also darken the overall figure as well. Oh, I found more missing details. There are these little silver rivets, bolts, and clasps all over the suit. Let me add them back in with a toothpick. And finally, the belt. I don't love the brown they used. It's the wrong shade of brown. Let me start with a thin coat of dark brown, so give the pouches more of a leathery brown color. Then I'm going to use a lighter tan color to make the pouches look more worn out. Oh, I almost forgot the guns. Since he came with an extra pair of guns, I'm just gonna keep mine in the gripping hands. That way I don't have to hunt for them individually. I'm just gonna rub a very thin coat of silver onto the gun, so they look more metallic. Here's my finished Deadpool. Even though it's the same figure, the red just pops so much more. The original version is just too scene specific. It would be better if it came with some fire effect pieces, or they released it in a 2-pack with Russell. And here's what it looks like compared to the Legacy Deadpool. They look kinda similar from afar, but up close, you can see that there are a lot more painted details on mine. I did lose a bit of the texture on the suit, but overall, this turned out pretty good. Now I could have just painted a Legacy Deadpool and skipped a few steps, but that's no fun. And I would still have a bad Deadpool figure in my collection. My original plan was to unburn this Deadpool and update the Legacy one and make it look more like the MCU version after I've seen the movie. But it seems like they're releasing an official MCU Deadpool figure after all. I've only seen an image or two of the new Deadpool figure. They definitely capture that vibrant red color of that suit. The good old classic Hasbro orange red. Anyway, back to this Deadpool. I'm still glad I picked up this Deadpool figure. He's so fun and easy to pose. I'm surprised that I'm able to pull off that many signature Deadpool poses. And best of all, he looks great next to the Legacy Wolverine too. I love the contrast between the two. And speaking of Wolverine, I can't wait to get my hands on that yellow suit Wolverine figure. That figure looks perfect. But until then, this will do for now. Okay, let's end this for the photo shoot. Even though it kinda feels like I didn't do that much to the figure, I have to say he photographs really well. The subtle differences in texture make this figure look much more realistic and premium. It's also great that Deadpool is quite easy to balance for some reason. I can put him in so many poses and just let him express himself with his body language. There's so much personality oozing out of him despite him being masked. It feels like there are a limited amount of poses I can do with him. What do you think? Do you like what I've done? And which Deadpool suit do you like more? The Fox suit or the MCU suit? Should I get the MCU Deadpool figure? It kinda looks the same, except with a brighter orange red. Anyway, give this video a like and subscribe to see more. I want to do a room tour. I've been hiding some figures, and I think it's time for me to show them. So until then, stay inspired and I'll see you soon. I can make it, so can you.